Crypto going sideways. What are the new targets for BTC? Are we about to hit 100K or go back to about 72,000 re-entry? Many people are insanely overwhelmed right now, don't know what to do, don't know where to go, don't know where to invest. What is pumping? Markets are definitely a little more difficult, and I'm going to give you the guidance. We're going to focus on Bitcoin, Ethereum, some of the top gainers, and we're going to go right away into the chart over here and see how you guys can basically find good trades in all of this mess. Okay, so the first important thing that we need to talk about is obviously what happened to the markets in the last couple of days, and especially since the last update. So since the last update in the last 7 days, we had BTC growing about 3%, so becoming slower. Ethereum is in minus 6%. So as you can see, the majors, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and so on, are not performing that well anymore. We're kind of topping at the market, going a little bit sideways. You can see Solana pumped with 9%. XRP had an insane pump with 83%. As some people know, some of my largest holdings in crypto are Ripple. At that point, it's my third largest holding, and obviously these were insane gains with over 180%, and we'll talk about that. Meme coins also going sideways a little bit. We had some good coins like, let's say, Deegan and so on, pumping very well in the last couple of days. As you can see, the altcoins are performing very well right now. Toncoin 2%, Sui 19%, Chainlink, Polkadot 7%, Pepe as a meme definitely leading currently with 50%. We have Stella with 100%. We have Heather with 163%. So what we can see only by the last 7 days increase or decrease of coins is that the main coins is definitely a little less performing well, and all the altcoins are performing better. So volume is moving from the main coins, Ethereum and Bitcoin. That's why we see them topping, basically going sideways a little bit, and into the altcoins. At the same time, in smart money is increasing holdings in meme coins such as Pepe. So for example, here you can see what are the smart money traders holding. Pepe, they are holding. You can see SPX, they're increasing. Bread, they're increasing. We see a big increase in Popcat, also one of our best trades. And obviously we performed very well on the trade side. Now, when it comes to meme coins, we will continue later on because that's going to be very interesting for us. But what is happening right now in 50 min crypto, which with the trades that we have sent, we're still insanely profitable. People are still making a lot of money in the markets, and I'm definitely not saying that the bull run is over. I just say that we might see a correction, but we're going to talk about this on this call. Check the charts, check the different, let's say, tools and the different theories that we can build up to see where price is really going. But in the last couple of weeks, we have made insane profits and insane gains in 50 min crypto, which is a paid group, starts at $19.99, where you can get all of these trades. And as you can see, all of these trades went very well. We have 1 or 2 minus trades, which is basically okay, but we have insane trade ideas that we have sent into this channel, and we guide people, especially right now, that are completely confused about the markets, don't know what to do, don't know where to go. And obviously we have a free group, which you can join with the link below, and then the paid group where you get also trade ideas. The free group is strong enough because you get a lot of updates and a lot of insights and trade ideas, obviously. But we are sending amazing trades here, and it helps people insanely well that are confused, don't know what to do because it's their first bull run. Even good traders and good investors right now are having difficulties, and I'm just going through here. So what is coming up for this week? For this week, we have not that many news. We have unemployment claims, which is obviously important for the Dixie, the US dollar index, which we'll also talk about this in a second. And we have the FMA, and PMI, basic flash manufacturing, PMI and flash service PMI. So we have news, especially the US dollar sector, which I think means the US dollar is going to correct a little bit, which is good. But yeah, we'll talk about it again in a second. Now, one more thing that I want to really remind you guys, and what I started with, is the phases, right? The path to alt season. Number one, we have phase one, which is the flow of money moves into Bitcoin, causing price surges, as we just saw. Then phase money flows into Ethereum, but it struggles to keep up with Bitcoin. Ethereum goes back and forth with Bitcoin and starts outperforming it, right? Phase two is Ethereum phase. Ethereum is outperforming Bitcoin, and we hear talks of the flippening, right? Money is starting to trickle into large caps, where we see large buy-ups happening. Phase 3, large caps. Ethereum has been outperforming Bitcoin, and large caps are going parabolic. Regardless of market cap, some altcoins with strong fundamentals are having pumps. Phase 4, alt season. Large caps have gone full vertical, and we are seeing blow off tops. Mid caps, low caps, micro caps all tend to pump around the same time. Large caps have been outperforming Bitcoin and Ethereum. It seems every coin is going parabolic regardless of fundamentals. Memes are everywhere. Everyone is super excited and you feel the mania in the air, okay? So that's the money flow. It flows from phase 1 into phase 2 into phase 3 into phase 4. And we are still in phase 1, which is the Bitcoin, and phase 2, the Ethereum phase. But we have a little chop in between where the back in the times, it will flow very linear. It would flow into Bitcoin, then into Ethereum, and then altcoins. We have these in-between pumps because the markets definitely became way smarter, and the people and the traders became way smarter in this season, basically in this bull run, right? Regardless, we have insane trades, insane opportunities. Bull run is definitely not over. We just need to be very careful right now on how to handle this and what to do. That's why I want you guys to follow me into the Bitcoin chart, okay? What we are talking about right now, where we see a little bit of this chop, is that we have this insane push up, and then now we have this little bit of a sideways trend, right? Which price is not really doing anything. We are still having positive delta, which we'll talk about a second. Positive delta in volume footprint and so on, which means we have still more buy orders open than sell orders. We have 292 delta right now out of total 5,000, okay? Which there's not so many orders open, but there are more positive than negative, which is obviously good. And as we can see, price is still kind of, you know, at the end of the day, started to break out a little bit. Let me go a little bit in a smaller time frame so you see what I mean. And it looks a little bit complicated, all of this, but it basically is just a footprint of volume, open orders, and also where we have sell and buy limits. So where people most likely are seeing price going. And as you can see over here, which is very important, we have positive delta. We started to go up a little bit, got a little bit of a sell over here, right? So we have the POC somewhere here at 9,190 per BTC. That's where the price has most of the volume, right? And with the POCs, what is important to understand is that we had a lot of, let's go back into the H4. We had these positive POCs, okay? This one is low, then higher, then lower, then higher, then lower again. So that is good for a sideways trend, right? So POCs is where most of the volume comes in, where most of people start to buy or to sell, and then depending if we have more buy or sell orders, that's currently where price goes. If we have more sell orders, price goes down. If we have more buy orders, price goes up. And we still overall are pretty positive in delta, which means again more buys than sells. And we start to have a couple of sell limits, which one of them starts here at 93,000. We have another area with 95,000. We have another big area at $100,000. So one of the biggest areas where we have strong sell orders is here at 100,000. So if I put at 910, okay, peak, you can see most of the sell orders are here at 100,000 BTC. So most likely that's where still Bitcoin is going to go. As you can see, we have over 800 positive sell orders compared to maybe the other areas over here where people are looking forward to sell BTC. And then if we go out and see a little bit lower, we see, okay, there's more coming in at 120. So at 120, somewhere in between 100,000 and 120, there are more of them. But there's not really higher than 140K. So you don't see any sell limit orders. So taking profit orders, easy said, in between 100 and 140K. Most of them are really at 100K and 120K. I still stand there that we're going to see 125K. But it is getting more difficult right now because we are on the side trend. People see BTC not moving anymore after this insane pump over here, right? After this insane pump over here, people don't want to get into it anymore, right? In this area, that's why we're moving a little bit sideways, looking for a re-entry. So I think right now we will see a pullback. The other thing is that we still have a couple of percent to go for BTC really finish its final sequence, which is for me the 115,000, where I say we go to 120, 125,000 as always, right? I always say that at every update since 2 years, that's the target, and we will go there. But it would make sense to see a correction right now, and the correction foreseen so far is at 70,900, right? So if you take the whole correction level of our last high, our last low to our last high, so that's our last low to our last high, that is the most interesting correction for us, where most likely if we correct, Bitcoin is going to go. And that means we have a lot to correct, which is basically 22%. So from 91,000 where we're sitting right now, right, with our high at 93, where we're not really getting over, because at the same time we have a lot of sell orders positioned over here at the 90,000. As you can see, we have a lot of strong sell orders somewhere here at 92,000. That's why we're not really getting over the 92,000 anymore. And then again, we have a lot of sell orders here at 93,000, right? As you can see over here, it's over 262. So there is a strong block of sell orders that are in the market, right? There's also buy orders, as you can see, all over the place here, but buy limits, right? If market would correct. And one of the biggest buy limit order you see is at 87. You see another very big one at 85. And then let's see where there are more. If we say, okay, we correct back to 70,000 somewhere, let's see the 70,000 range and what the market is doing over here. And then you will see there's a big order at 74. There's another big order at 70. Okay, these are the most recent ones. Let's do it. Okay, so there's a lot at 75. There's very big ones at 85. Okay, so it would kind of make sense to go back to these levels, but we could definitely also just continue to go up. But I pretty much think what we're going to see is this, which is a correction back to $71,000 or a little bit less, since we are in a bullish move. It could also mean we just correct, and for that we take the 38% correction level, right? Which in a strong uptrend. Most of the times, if we see corrections back to the 38. 2 Fibonacci would be 67, and then we have 70. And if you go back into the footprint, you can see at 76. Let me see, 76, 76, 76. Okay, we have big order blocks like 75. Okay, as a buy limits is what I mean. As you can see, there are a lot of buy limits over here, buy limits over here. So the more wide it gets, the more buy limits you have. And the same thing is for the sell limits, right? Where you have very strong wide lines is where you have a lot of sell orders or sell limit orders in that sense. At 100K, you also have a lot of them. And at the same time, again, we still are on positive delta, which means, as you can see here, we had 713 positive delta, went up, we have 291. Here we had a little bit lower delta, 162, that's also why price corrected, 275. And then at the big pumps, right, when we saw big pump, we had a lot of open 1.9K, 1.9K, 3.4K was this big candle over here. So basically this whole push up from this low up here. Okay, so yeah, these are the two targets so far. We'll need to see, but it's easy for us because if we build a bearish sequence, the bearish sequence is going to lead us into where we need to go in the market. Okay, so far we don't have a bearish sequence activated in BTC. We had this one over here, the small one, but it kind of got broken, and the target for this one would be at 70, 82, 83, right? But we kind of broke it. So there's no active, really strong bearish sequence, which doesn't tell us really where the price is going. So in BTC, what I did is I'm still keeping all my holdings. I closed my buy positions on trading in BTC and I'm just keeping them. At the same time, I continue to obviously monitor the order flows and the volumes. Again, we still have positive delta, which until it doesn't flip, let's see how it goes, okay? But it doesn't look bad in that sense. It's just like being cautious right now. That's why I closed my open BTC trades. I keep my BTC holdings so far until I have a confirmed bearish sequence, which then I will call out, obviously, and that is going to mean for me that I'm going to sell. And that means we have something like this, for example. From so on, we have a correction, then an activation of price, right? And then C will most likely lead us somewhere over here. To better understand that, just follow me into the Ethereum chart and you will understand what I mean, because in Ethereum, we actually already have that, okay? So in Ethereum, you will see we already have an active bearish order, right? So sequence. So we hit C target, as we said, C target, afterwards price most likely starts to correct. And we see in Ethereum a little bit of a sideways trend too, but we have a active bearish sequence, which you can see over here, which is the red one, right? So we have the top here, we come down, we recorrect, we activate the bearish sequence. We are now in a selling zone, we react out of the selling zone, and our C target would be for Ethereum at 2.7K, okay? So it would be a correction of currently 11%, okay? And that's now, since we have an active bearish sequence, and in Bitcoin we don't have, but in Ethereum we have, it confirms even more then we're going to go back to these prices, because an active sequence is something else than a sequence forming, and that is an active one. It's a confirmed one because price went lower than A. Okay, so in the SK system, which you learn in our trading community, right, which is the largest trading community in Europe, also information will be below if you want to learn trading, and especially the system, which is one of the most precise systems that exist, and I traded since 8 years in every market, every time frame. So when price comes lower than A, then it means the sequence is activated and increases the probability of us seeing price going to C. So I took profits on Ethereum. I keep all my investments, I keep all open right now. I'm not gonna sell Ethereum to make another 10%, doesn't make sense, the risk, you know, so I'm just gonna keep my Ethereum position. Bitcoin, I might sell some of my holdings now to rebuy and gain more BTC, but again, I'm gonna wait for this bearish sequence. I just closed my trading positions and I moved my take profit. Some of them I closed, and the other ones I moved my take profit to 3,000. So if we drop below 3,000, then I'm gonna hit take profit, because I am in with my entries since basically 2,800. So as you can see here, my entry is still valid. I'm in here since here. We went up here. My stop loss is over here. Okay, so I'm gonna get either price is gonna continue to increase out of any fundamental news, right? Technical analysis and fundamentals play together most of the times, but in these times of positive, strong fundamental news come, price could also just surge, go up, and that's why I'm not completely closing the positions, giving the market a little bit to breathe, and I'm anyway still insanely in profit. And then for Ethereum, we would have a beautiful re-entry over here at 2,779. Around that is our 50% correction level. Obviously, we will also call that in 15 min, so you can check that out and be ready to join that, right? Because we're gonna send all of this information over here. Okay, chart looks a little bit messy for you, maybe. It's completely clean and everything for me. Maybe a little bit confusing, so I'll always explain it with the markers. But yeah, BTC, no bearish confirmation right now. Ethereum, bearish confirmed, okay, volume missing. And that's the same thing we're gonna see here in the footprint, okay? I just recently started to use footprints just to see the limit orders a little bit in the bull run, anything. It's anyways very important, okay? So let's wait a little bit on this until this loads. My internet is not the fastest here in Australia. That's where we still are. And then we will talk about some of the insane gainers of this week and some of my open positions that are still very much in profit and doing very well. Okay, so we are here now at Ethereum. Let's see if we can open. The heat map is open. Yeah, my internet is just like a little bit off. Let's see. This is not coming up. Just takes maybe a little bit. Let me actually switch to Binance ETA BTC, and then let's wait for this to load a little bit. Okay, yeah, so we'll just need to wait a little bit. My internet again is insanely slow, but yeah, so that is the plan so far. Bitcoin we wait, Ethereum we have nothing to do really. Just make sure your positions are safe. As I told you, I put my position to 3,012. That's my trailing stop loss, okay? At the same time, we have been seeing insane gains over the last couple of weeks in Pepe, right? Pepe made a really wild, since we entered, made a 180% move. Some of my positions, 50% we closed, the other 50% we are still in it, right? So we still have open positions in Pepe, and re-entry for Pepe would be at currently 000 whatever 15870. Okay, render still insanely in profit. That's my number one profit position right now on my Bybit account and other accounts, which currently the re-entry would be at 6.128. Okay, we are in profit since we entered, over 60% in total, a little bit more, 69 currently, about 55. So a very good trade. And I might keep this position open, because even if we correct, I'm still in a profit and I'm going to increase my position. So it very much looks like it that we're going to correct in these trades, you know, and in the market in general, especially with the majors and altcoins. And it's really good because it's going to give us very good re-entries. Okay. Is this working here? Okay, Ethereum is working. Okay, so let's just slowly come back to Ethereum for a second. And as you can see, we have a lot of buy orders in Ethereum at, why does it change to Ethereum BTC? Come on, bro. Ethereum USDT. Let me see if this works. Yeah, so we have a lot of buy limits here at 3,000 per BTC, right? And we set a logical re-entry for Ethereum, my bad, would be at 2,782. Okay, so we have a lot of them at 3,000. We have a lot of them at we have a lot of them at 2,900. Okay, let me see where really the big ones are. Yeah, so 3,000, we have a lot of them. And then we have a couple of them at 2,800. For me, it still makes a lot of sense to go to 2,782. So 2,728. Yeah, somewhere over here, and there's a couple of them here at 2,800. Okay, so at 2,800 we have buy limits, and then we have a lot of sell limits at 3.4, 3.5, 4,000, 4,400, and then besides that, nothing. And that is all well. Let's see if we can find out some delta over here. We are currently with 7.1k minus in delta. That's also why we're seeing the price decrease. Out of a total 121 orders, we are 7.1k in minus, and delta is buy minus sell in that sense, right? And if it's positive, green, then it's positive, more buys and sells. If it's negative, it's more sells than buys with more volume, okay? And as you can see, our POC is here, point of most interest or point of most volume is somewhere here. The POC is at 3,156, and we didn't get over there. So we had more sell pressure than buy pressure, which again talks very much into supporting or means very much supporting our thesis of going back for Ethereum at 2.782, right? So that's why I'm a little bit more bearish right now in the bull run in general, but looking into these corrections. Okay, so again, means be careful with the markets. You know, make sure your stop losses are on break even. Make sure you have trailing stop losses set if you are insanely in profit, as with some position I am. And then meme coins are also starting to correct slowly. Render is still very much in profit. Injective, we are still in the entry zone, and Phil, we are still in the entry zone. Ponky did insanely well this week and the last 2 weeks. We gained over, let's see how many percent. We gained over 133%. Okay, so these ones are doing very well. We are on Popcat in the re-entry, which I also called in the 50-min, which is a little bit sideways too. So it really much looks we're gonna have a correction. Coinbase continues to do pretty well. But yeah, all in all, market is still pretty positive. It looks good, but we have these negative delta over here in especially Ethereum. In BTC, it's still positive. So it looks very much as we are correcting down. That's why, again, take profits, make sure your stop losses are break even, make sure if you're highly in profit that your trailing stop losses are doing very well and positive, right? And then we will call re-entries. Right now, it's a little bit more cautious, a little bit more looking out. One thing we can do would be, again, to take some profits on BTC and Ethereum, where I don't really think it makes a lot of sense in Ethereum right now. In Bitcoin, maybe, yes. Ethereum still maybe corrects 10%. It's not going to be a big thing, and therefore it's not so interesting. Then we will need to definitely look into other coins like Ripple and Solana that, again, did very, very well. So Ripple was one of the biggest moves now, with over 159% since entry. I had a lot of buy positions, closed them again, trading wise. Investment wise, again, I'm very heavily invested into Ripple. It's, again, was my largest position. Then obviously with Bitcoin, Ethereum going up was my third largest position, but still did very, very, very well now. And we see the power of a bull run and how the volume flows again from the majors into the altcoin, then back into the majors, then back into the altcoin. And that's actually the main thing right now that changes the market, which makes it a little bit more difficult. And that's why you need a lot of support and successful traders. And I hope these videos help you, because the markets became more difficult. They are way choppier. Where, as I showed you in the beginning, you have these phases. Phase number 1, Bitcoin. Phase number 2, Ethereum. And back in the time, it was Bitcoin pumps, nothing else moves. Then Ethereum pumps, nothing else moves. And then altcoin pumps, nothing else moves. And now it's like we are, like it's fluid, right? It's like it goes into BTC, then stops and goes to Ethereum, goes back into BTC, altcoins pump. It's everything of that at the same time, and you need to be very fast and need to have these exposures and moving your exposures, right? And we rebalanced already 2 weeks ago and 1 week ago our BTC positions into Ethereum, and I told you about that, right? So you need to be very fast right now. And that's why it's important you understand learning and you understand trading and you learn trading and investing and you have good intel such as 15 minute and so on, where experts give you these trade ideas and updates, and obviously you have these updates completely for free. So I am just sitting back right now, waiting for re-entries, being interested what 15 min comes up with, what I come up with, and the other two experts. Everything in here is important. We don't have any new open positions right now. We're just waiting for what the market is doing. At the same time, what gives us a little bit more clarity in the market is definitely that we are seeing the total market cap of crypto, right, reaching and overreaching a C target, right? So we are overextending. Means we have, again, a lot of space to reject this top and come back at 20% correction, to gain a lot of new volume into the market. And we see that over and over. At the same time, Bitcoin dominance is getting lower, as you can see over here. So we are coming back, which means money is going into other directions too. So that's something you are seeing over here. Okay, BTC dominance is losing. Then the USDT dominance pretty much still the same, which shows us that the money from BTC is not going into USDT, but more into other coins. Okay, and I'll show you that in a second, what I mean by that. Solana is overreaching, overextending. So we're really waiting for this re-entry, okay, in the markets in general, excuse me. And where we can also see that more indicators for what I'm just saying and to support these theses, because in trading what we do is we build this thesis and then we come up with a lot of ideas and a lot of different indicators and let's say important variables to support that, okay? And then obviously Dixie, okay, is starting to, the dollar index, that's what I was looking for, is starting to top out a little bit and needs to see a correction. We are completely overheated in Dixie, which is the dollar index, right? Which is going to be good, because if Dixie goes down, crypto goes up, okay? And if Dixie goes up, crypto goes down, since now it's parabolic or not parabolic, but we are in a bull run. It's not so important anymore, right? It's so we just need this. Let's call this a Trump pump so far, okay, Mr. Trump pump. And this pump needs a correction right now. It has been going on since he was elected. Now 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 weeks more or less, where we just saw coins ripping 100%, 200%, 50%, 60%, 300%, right, 400%. And we need to see a little bit of a correction of that, okay? And that's what we're gonna see. Now, where we have more indicators for that is that at the end of the day, here you will see, for example, that we are seeing a lot of inflows in stable coins. So as you can see, incoming, there's a lot of, as you can see, a lot of stable coins coming onto the platform, which is obviously very interesting. The balance is increasing. Okay, the balance is 44 billion. Stablecoin exchange flow is overview of all exchanges, stablecoin balances, okay, including daily inflow and outflow values on the Ethereum network. So there's only the Ethereum network, but the stablecoins on the Ethereum network are increasing. Okay, so we are seeing more stablecoins on the exchanges, which then can be deployed into the markets, and we have more incoming than outgoing. Okay, the Ethereum exchange flow in general is also increasing. Then top traders are continuously to make a lot of money in meme coins, Pepe, Leica, and Leica is very interesting. Let me see what Leica is doing in general. That's an interesting coin. Yeah, we'll check that out later. Definitely want to know what this one is doing. But yeah, because I invested into it a long time ago. Perfect, yeah. And besides that, something interesting is that meme coins, again, for me, is still the main focus. Our portfolios are still doing pretty well. I mean, Ponky has been ripping completely. Okay, Ponky has been doing a lot of percentages. Alone the last 24 hours, it's up. Dog with Fat, Popcat. So the last week was really good for meme coins. Billy, basically all of them. And then obviously also here, Deegan did very well. SPX, Joey Coin, right? So there are some interesting ones, and if there's re-entries, we're obviously gonna call them. But yeah, it looks really, really good, guys. We just need a little bit to cool off, get these nice re-entries in. So don't panic, have your money ready in that sense, okay? And be ready in general. But what I want to show you is, this is a post from Murat to finish this off, to again also support the thesis. As I always say, you need to pay attention to meme coins, and we have a meme coin course for that. Actually, I want to show you something at the end that is new. We just finished it. It's not even finished 100% yet, but I want to show you because it gives a lot of clearness. But as you can see here, something interesting. Holders with 1K plus. So here you can see different meme coins and how many holders they have with $1,000 plus. So you see the biggest one is Pepe. We have over 86,000 holders with $1,000 or more. So unique holders, right? Then Dog would have Popcat. So if you're looking for like meme coins in general, no investment advice, as this whole thing is just my opinion. It's a pro trader investor's opinion. And I would look into these ones. Pepe did very well, which we are holding. WIF did very well, we are holding. Popcat is doing very well, and we are holding it. SPX is doing very well, and we are holding it. Michi is doing very well, and we are holding it, right? There's some of them that are very, very interesting that we are holding. And the biggest one, we are all in on them, right? So they are doing very, very well. So what I wanted to show you at the end of this is and it's not finished yet. It will launch in the next couple of days. But since I do a lot of things, I'm very multidimensional. I lead the largest trading community in Europe, in the UK, and in Australia with a lot of beautiful, supportive leaders, right? Very smart traders where we educate people with the SK system. I have my meme coin course. We have the 15-min, which updates you with all information with max 15-min time invest for you, gives trade ideas and signals, very cheap to get in. And then obviously there's a couple of other things. And all of this is now here on my value link tree in that sense. So it's kind of like a link tree, just my own. It explains everything, 15-min crypto. It explains our TPR community, the game plan, right, which is my online coaching to 10K a month cash flow, the crypto world, which is all the bull run and crypto, and also the meme coin course, right? Then the free value, the YouTube channel, the crypto channel that you're watching this video on, the free Telegram chat where you get trade ideas and updates. So all of this is going to be explained here, who I am, all of these things, okay? I will put that into probably the next video because it's not done yet until every link is ready and we're still working on a little bit, but it's going to help a little bit because I know people love this video, sometimes get a little bit confused on what is this guy actually doing. I know I do a lot. I'm very multidimensional. I have multiple businesses, many areas of interest, but my two main ones is building my trading community, trading and investing myself, and just sharing advice because I'm doing it anyways. You know, I go over the markets anyways. I'll just put a camera up and that's it, you know. And yeah, with that being said, guys, see you in the next one. Make sure to be ready, have some money on the sidelines, wait a little bit, be patient. You're not going to miss anything. Be ready to move very fast as this bull run is a little bit more choppy. It's more difficult. It's intense. It's switching up more. You know, it's not just like linear on the balances, on how the flow goes. It's a little bit more fluid. It moves from here to there, from here to there. So you need to be ready. But there's still insane gains to do, and my outlook is until the end of the year we still have a lot of gains to do. Bitcoin has way up to and a lot of space to grow to 125k, Ethereum to 8 to 10,000 and so on. These are my targets since 2 years. Have been always calling them, and then we will see a lot of chop in January when Trump comes into office, because I think once Trump comes into office, since it's a set date, it's going to be a sell the news event. So we're going to cool off a little bit and then go into the next run. Also, we have a lot of positive fundamental news coming in with Trump working a lot on BTC at the end of the day, maybe moving funds into BTC, using it as a reserve and so on. So there's a lot of fundamentals that are going to coming up. Trump is meeting with the CEO of Binance, and of Coinbase, and obviously all of this is also here in the 15-min channel. Forgot to open this while talking about it, but as you can see, Donald Trump's social media group in talks to buy crypto, trading venue, Trump to meet privately with Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong. So there's a lot of positive fundamentals from Trump and pushing the fundamentals in the market, which just leads to a great future in crypto and a lot of up potential. So with that being said, be ready. There's still a lot to gain. Don't be overwhelmed. If you're overwhelmed, there's 15-min crypto. We're going to guide you, give you trade ideas. All of this is a pro trader's opinion, no financial advice. Make sure to check out the links below, and we see you in the next one.